I'm just checking in with you. I have literally been out of commission for 2 days. I'm probably going to be out of commission for this week as well, but I just wanted to check in with you. Um, so I was dealing with some things this last week, and last time I spoke to you guys, I told you I was trying to eat healthier. I was trying to work out. Well, I haven't been able to work out the last 2 days. I did do a challenge, and that's kind of what my question is about today. What do you do when you have expectations of yourself, others have expectations of you? Are there things that you want to do? And it turns out you just don't have the capacity for it. So that's kind of where I'm at in this season. And part of that is because I really do need rest. And I've been saying that for a while. I need rest. I need rest. And I have slowed down, and I've started to say no, and I'm doing all the things. But what I find is there's some things that I'm capable of doing that and I don't think it's a capability thing. I said that, and I was about to say that, but I'm gonna correct myself, because a lot of times people like myself, the ones who are quote unquote strong, always feel like we have to do it, because if we don't do it, who will? Let me take my fur off, y'all. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all, I am at the laundromat doing laundry because my wash machine broke and I need a new one, and I just don't have the bandwidth, the capacity to, okay, sweetie, to, that is, to buy, okay. He don't get it, I'm live, y'all. He just start talking to me, but he don't want to be on the camera. I think he secretly wants to be on the camera, don't you, Ronald? Anyways, I'm at the laundromat. We're doing laundry. I've lived in my house over 20 years, and a couple times, maybe once or twice, we've had a wash machine go down or something. We had to come to the laundromat. But it's been a while. It's been a while. How many of you have been to the laundromat in a while? It is an experience. You have to pack up all your stuff. You got to load it. You got to get all the things. We had to go to Lowe's first and get detergent. We had to go to Lowe's for some other stuff anyways. But it sounds like I'm just rambling. But what I'm really talking about is capacity. Kind of like these wash machines and dryers here. So I'm going to give you guys a little visual. So we had 5 bags of clothes. And we had 5 bags of clothes. And we actually, I'm going to show you guys, we put our clothes in the wash machine. So we probably fit about 2 or 3 bags into these wash machines. And then, yeah, those were good and dirty. And then we fit about 2 bags into these. These are smaller. The sizes are actually smaller. We couldn't get as much in those small wash machines as we could the big ones. And why am I sharing that? Because that's how we are as humans. For some reason, we seem to think I can have 2 jobs. I can be a full-time parent. I can volunteer and do PTA. I can, my friend, my mama, and my cousin all need me. One needs me Monday, one needs me Tuesday, one needs me Thursday. And then we're trying to figure out, why are we so tired? And then we don't give ourselves the grace or the mercy to say, you know what? You're tired because you are wore out. You're tired because you're over capacity. We just keep on pushing. We keep on expecting, we keep on thinking that it's something wrong with us if we cannot. The music in the back, I do not own it. Someone's playing it in the laundromat. I guess they don't care that I'm live. But anyways, I guess they probably thinking the same thing. They were in here minding their own business, and it was all quiet and peaceful. Now all of a sudden I'm in here talking and running my mouth. So, okay, it's just life. Anyways, we're the same way. We all have a capacity. If you look at the 2 dryers I showed you, they're 2 different sizes. They're not even the same. And what's interesting is I might be able to hold a little bit. You might be able to hold more. And what happens a lot of times is we try to compare. There's no comparison. That dryer, that wash machine is clearly bigger than the second one that I showed you guys. And that's how life is. So we have to know what we're capable of, what we can handle. And there are seasons in our lives that we can actually handle more than we can at other times. So just giving ourselves grace, mercy, being compassionate. That's where I'm at right now. I have been in bed most of the day, and I'm gonna be in bed most of the week. And well, I do have a meeting tomorrow. I have a board meeting. I'll try to bring you guys along, introduce you to the board members, let you see what we're up to, if we're able to meet. But for the most part, I'm trying to slow it down because my body was starting to tell me there are warning signs. If you are, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm really talking about from my personal experience, but there are things that we know, particularly as adults, that it's time to slow down. And we just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And what will happen is you'll push yourself right into the hospital if you're not careful. I know because I've been there. So in this season, I'm trying to tell myself, okay, we're going to slow it down intentionally. We're not stopping forever. We're just taking a little pause, just a little vacation, if you might call it. I am going on me a vacation soon, you guys. But it's because I was doing too much. I did not realize I had maxed out my capacity. I was overworked. I was overloaded, and I was just, it was too much. And my body was starting to show me. And I'll tell you guys what I mean. So my husband went in the hospital. My husband went in the hospital back in November, and at that time, I was helping my mom with legal stuff with her. I was doing administrative stuff. She was working on legal stuff for her probate after her husband passed. So I was helping her administratively. I'm still a mom. At the time, I had just left my job, which was major. So there's no income coming in on my part. But I was being diminished on my job. And so I had decisions to make, and I made them. But I'm just trying to show you stuff, how all of this just adds up, and how where I once had capacity, there was no longer the capacity to be able to make sound decisions anymore, and how it was starting to impact me. And so I was about to tell you guys ways for me that I noticed it was impacting. I'm not really one that gets headaches, but I've talked to friends and family, and I know some people are impacted by headaches. For me, it was more my blood pressure. I never really dealt with blood pressure issues, but that was a sign. That was letting me know, hey, you might be doing too much, because normally that's not your normal blood pressure. So, being able to check. So I started checking that regularly. Other signs, just tired. Could have just gone to sleep. That's another thing too. People don't think about not being able to rest. So for me, not being able to rest was major. Even now, I'm still struggling with that. I had a friend, she just recently told me what she's doing, so I'm gonna try that. But I've tried melatonin, not working. So when everything that used to work doesn't work, that's a sign. For some reason, we just think that's a suggestion. No, your body is telling you, ma'am, I'm not sleeping. We all thought it was strange, and I won't even call out his name, but there was a very prominent musician. We'll just call him a musician. If I said his name, everybody in the world knows, literally everyone in the world knows him. And he couldn't sleep, and we all thought it was so strange. I know I was just like, why can't he sleep? But when you are constantly under stress, when you are worn out, when you have exceeded expectations or capacity, you can't sleep. Why? That's another sign. When your mind, when your thoughts are constantly going, you can't even shut them off. Even when you turn the lights off, even when you're in the dark, even when there's no one else there, you're still worried about, I got to do this, I got to do that, I have to complete this. Those are all signs. So the reason I'm sharing that with you guys is just like these wash machines have a capacity, we also have capacity. And I have a question for you. What happens to a wash machine that we don't acknowledge? If we just continue to shove more and more clothes into that wash machine, what's going to happen? Anybody know? It's going to eventually tear up and break, right? Well, we're actually more delicate than the wash machines. If we keep on doing, going above what we can above our capacity, we're going to break. That's why you hear people say, I'm just burnt out, or I'm tired, or I'm about to lose it, or I just snapped, because they did not observe their own capacity, and they just kept on pushing, kept on pushing. So that's what the Life Reimagined show is all about. We are actually just trying to become more aware of not only who we are and what our purpose is, but we're trying to look at the signs. We're trying to look at where we're at in life. We're trying to look at how can I become that person that I'm supposed to be without collapsing. So please keep joining me as I continue on this journey. But this is not just about my journey. This is about you and me both trying to figure out, what are we called to do? Because we're called to something greater. Each one of us are called to something greater. So it's finding out what that purpose is, what that skill is, tying all of it together so that we can just make an impact on the world. Yes, what happens a lot of times, we wear ourselves out. We're trying to wash one load of clothes when we're supposed to wash a whole bunch of clothes. And so, and that is a metaphor, by the way. So, or analogy, which one is it? But I just want to encourage you to keep following me on this journey. This channel will be transitioning once I have an opportunity to finish my book. I am working on a book. My birthday is April 24th, so that's the deadline I've given myself. I hate that word. I hate that word. The reason I hate it, because listen, it says death in it. And we don't even think about that a lot of times. Think about the word deadline. It says it in the title. We're stressing ourselves out trying to meet a deadline, and in my case, a self-imposed deadline, and it's stressing us out and can lead to death. And it can lead to stress. It can lead to, and I'm not saying you dot. Because for each one of us, like I said, our capacities are totally different. So thank you again for joining. I just wanted to jump on, let you know what I was going through. I forgot to mention two things, and I'll have to come back maybe tomorrow and share these. So the other morning, I stayed up all morning. George was at the house. He was working on the cabinets. Last you guys saw, he was painting, and we were waiting on new cabinets to come in. It took us literally a month. They didn't send them in. They sent in the wrong side, like all kind of crazy stuff. And so he stayed up to about 6, 7, I think about 10 o'clock in the morning. And he painted the cabinets. He put the handles on. He put the ceiling fan in. You guys, it's looking really good. So that's one thing I want to talk about. And the other thing was, I haven't been on for the last couple days because I didn't have strep throat, but my throat was burning. It was my fault. I was taking apple cider vinegar, and for some reason I never thought that, hey, it's acidic, it can burn. And I didn't coat my throat with honey or anything. I just did it straight. So that was very, very, very painful. So I don't generally give advice, but let me tell you what, unless you are some kind of super chick or Superman, you do not want to try that one, because that was painful. And that had me down for a few days. But again, I'm going to close and thank you guys for joining me for the Life Reimagined show, where we're just continuing to explore and trying to find our way one step at a time at our own pace. Thank you so much, and until next time.